as farmers, we have our hands in the dirt every day. So it's imperative that we treat that soil with respect. For us, it's all about the future.
Welcome to Grand Forks, North Dakota, located on the western banks of the north-flowing Red River. I'm here to meet with Leah Halverson of Black Gold Farms. Hi, Leah.
Hi, welcome to North Dakota.
Thank you. So nice to meet you. Before we get into your potatoes, I have one question. Does the Red River actually flow north?
It does. It flows right on up to Canada.
Well, that's crazy, especially considering most rivers flow south.
We're just special.
Apparently.
Yep.
All right, so your potatoes, what types of potatoes do you grow here?
We grow both chip potatoes and processing potatoes. Right now we're in a field of processing potatoes, so these are going to go right into French fries.
And how many acres are you growing on here?
Right here in North Dakota, we're at about 1,000 acres. However, throughout the U.S., we have 8 different farming locations.
Wait, so this isn't your only farm? You have farms in other states?
North Dakota is a great place to grow potatoes, but sometimes the population centers aren't exactly here. And so my dad got in the truck and went down to Southeast Missouri in 1985, and we've grown our, what we call distance farming operations since.
Wow, that's crazy. But for this farm here, you said you had 1,000 acres. That is a lot to take care of. How do you water all of that?
Well, actually, let me show you.
All right.
So here we are by an irrigation system, or sometimes we call them pivots. This is what we use to water the field when we need to. We have sensors throughout the field so the guys on the farm can see from their phone when it gets dry or when we have too much water or how we need to adjust.
Now tell me a little bit about the soil and how important it is for growing your potatoes.
This soil here in North Dakota, it's very rich soil. It was actually on the bottom of Lake Agassiz years and years and years ago. So the sediments have all settled, it holds in moisture, and it really is compact, and the potatoes just love that.
So in addition to this really great soil, what else makes this region so particularly good for growing your potatoes?
We have long, hot days, but then it cools off at night, so we don't have to worry about it getting too hot. They love to bulk in that warm sun.
What stage are the potatoes in right now, and what needs to happen?
Right now, we're really focused on making sure that there's the right moisture content. They're bulking a lot every day. Right now, they're about the size of a marble. In about a week and a half, they'll start to bloom. A couple weeks after that, we'll begin to harvest.
Once they are harvested, how long does it take for them to go from potato to chip?
So we'll harvest them and we'll put them in storage and we'll ship them out to our customers. By the time that they receive them, it should take about 3 or 4 days.
And what about the potatoes that are used for processing? Where do they go?
We harvest them and we put them in storage as well.
Oh, can we check that out?
You betcha.
Wow, this is a lot bigger than I was anticipating. How many bays do you have here?
So we have 46 bays. Each one is climate controlled, so our potatoes stay fresh for a while. So each bay holds about 20 semi-loads, which is a little over 1 million pounds of potatoes.
So you have 46 million pounds of potatoes here at any given time?
Give or take, yes.
That's insane. With that many potatoes, I'm assuming that means you must have a lot of employees. Are all of them local?
We have a few that are local, that are full-time, and then we bring in some H-2A labor when it's really busy. We also have full-time people in the office, in the fields, and at all of our farms. And I tell you what, those guys make this thing work every day, day in, day out, and year after year.
And what about the local community? Does Black Gold Farms have much involvement there?
Oh, absolutely. If our local communities don't thrive, we don't thrive. So we do what we can to give back when needed. The local community is the backbone of everything we do. Welcome to our office.
Wow, this building is beautiful. How long have you been in here?
We've been in here for about 10 years.
10 years.
You know, this is my dad, Greg Halverson.
Hey, how are you? Welcome.
I'm very well, thank you,
Yeah,
Greg.
good,
So nice
good.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Now, before I ask you anything, I need to know about this amazing wall behind us, because this is incredible.
It is an amazing wall, and it's a result of collecting potato chip tins for 25 years or so. But it tells a little bit about the history of the potato chip world in North America.
Now, Greg, I noticed walking in that you have a gold lead emblem over here. What did it take to achieve that status?
We wanted to build the most sustainable building in the area. When we started planning the building through the whole construction phase, we kept track of many different things that were happening. That gold emblem over there is proof of that sustainability. We're not going to be here forever, but the legacy of sustainability will. We grow our crops in the black soil. So it's imperative that we treat that soil with respect. It's imperative that the things we build on the soil are sustainably built, sustainably grown, etc. That is a part of us, and it's a part of what we do.
It was so nice to meet you,
Oh,
Greg.
thank you. Thank you. Pleasure's all
Thanks
mine.
for taking the time.
You bet. Anytime.
Now, did you always plan on being a part of the family farm?
You know, not necessarily. I grew up working on the farm all throughout high school, but then I went to college and I really wanted to kind of spread my wings a little bit. So I ended up getting a job at an ad agency, which is exactly what I wanted to do. And at that agency, they realized that I was a farm kid, and so they gave me all the egg-based accounts. So I did more and more of that, and about that time, consumers started caring about where their food came from. Farmers started actually understanding what brands were. Social media became a thing. We realized that the door was open for me to come back to the farm and do what I do best. It has been an absolute blessing. I've been able to work with my family. We each have our own interests in how we're going to make this farm successful, so we're able to take that and grow what my dad and my grandpa and my great-grandpa started. I have 7 nieces and I have my daughter, and we have this one purpose, and that's the farm and just each other. And so when the girls get together, it's an absolute blast, and I'm so excited to see what happens in the future.
Do you think that there is anything that people would find surprising about being a potato grower?
It's really, really, really hard work, but it's so worth it because you get to grow something that everybody loves. You get to do it, hopefully with your friends and your family, and that really brings me joy.
It has been amazing learning about Black Gold Farms with you. Thank you so much for showing me around. It's been a pleasure.
Well, thanks for coming.